The Quick Round with QuickBooks Challenge, where small businesses are resolving their challenges together. So many small business owners think they're in it alone, but all of them we've spoken to so far have been surprised that there are people just like them, with the answers that they may be looking for. Let's find out about today's businesses.
All right. Now I've got with me Sophia here from iBeauty and
Hi there.
Aldo from Mobility Independence. Thanks a lot for coming down, guys.
Thank you
Afternoon.
for having us.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. In the short time we've got, I hope I can help you. What I'd like you guys to do, firstly, if you would, I've just mentioned the company, but you're welcome to mention it again. Just give your name, what company you're from, a little bit about it, and then most importantly, what is the item or the challenge that you want to have a chat with me about. So, Aldo, would you be... in fact, we'll do ladies first.
Hi there, I'm Sophia, and my company is called iBeauty. It's a beauty salon specializing in machine-based treatments, but we do the normal treatments as well. I guess the topic of discussion would be how to optimize customer
Service? Or
service.
That's what you're about? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So for
Customer
us,
experience, if you like.
yeah. So for us, it's all about retaining clients, and that's the big thing that we would need to have in order to make the business as successful as possible. Walk-ins and foreigners always add to the business, but retaining your clientele is a very important part in the success of this
You've got it.
specific service industry.
Most certainly, I'm sure it is. Thank you. Aldo.
Hi, my name's Aldo. I'm from a company called Mobility Independence. We specialize in transportation service for persons with disability. My reason is to discuss how we can optimize our customer experience. And by doing that, I think part of it is giving accessible transportation to persons with disability, as there is a great need, and that is also the big challenge that they face on a daily basis, trying to get from, may it be work or hospital. So I think going forward, the biggest challenge we face as communities is having affordable transport and accessible transport. And those are the areas I think Mobility Independence strives to continue giving the best for its clients.
Okay, both really interesting. Thank you guys for explaining. Very differing types of business. I'm
Yes.
not necessarily saying that iBeauty is just a luxury. I think that would be unfair, but perhaps in the world of a bit of a luxury item and taking care of yourself, male or female. So, well, Aldo, you've got something that's a different type of business completely, which is
Absolutely.
for many people a necessity and about their actual day-to-day well-being. So the first thing I do when I speak to businesses about how they can wow their clients, how they can make them a phrase I've used a couple of times today, which is nice, is a phrase called PIPS. And PIPS, PIPS, stands for Permanently Infatuated Partners with Your Business. And there are ways that you can approach how to find that out. And the first thing you need to do is break your business down into two areas. One of those areas is called product delivery, and one is called client services. And I want you to think of two words, standard and extra. Okay, so even though people come in for different types of treatments for you, and you've got people with different types of disabilities, despite that, which I'm mindful of, you guys need to think about, okay, what is the minimum standard of delivery that we offer our clients? If you were to package that minimum standard, what would it say? All customers to be seen within 10 minutes of walking through the door, for example.
Sure.
All customers to be offered at least 2 access or routes per week, something like that. But to make a business model out of something that carries emotion, you need to try and take out the feelings out of it and put your customers into two areas. One is customers that you have the standard levels of delivery for your business, just your product delivery. And the other clients in client services are the clients that you do extra for, that you go the extra mile for. You probably won't have time as your business grows to give your every single customer that extra bit of love and that extra bit of attention, that extra bit of your time, because you can't afford it. So you need to categorize your clients into those that you really want to wow, those that could lead to more business, more customers for you, and those that every customer gets the same experience, your minimum standard. Does that make sense, guys? Yeah, so you've got here's the way we do things, but the clients that may get us more business, that will sit around a dinner table and tell all their friends about us, the ones that are responsible for the most powerful referrals that your business can get, they are the customers that you've decided as a business to wow and excite and go way over the top for. That's the first thing I'd do. And for any businesses listening, that is a good way to look at your current customers, but perhaps more so new ones that you acquire. What pot do they sit in? Standard or extra service? Okay. Then you want to know, well, the best way to find out how you can wow your clients is really to ask yourself, as Aldo and Sophia, ask yourself this question about your business. You don't have to give me answers, but I'd like you to go through them in your head. Okay?
Sure.
Yes.
Why really did the customer choose us? Basic first question that you guys need to be honest with yourselves about. Second one, what is the number one thing that after dealing with you guys, customers would tell their friends about you? You need to deal with iBeauty because. You need to deal with mobility independence because.
Yes.
That
Yeah.
reason, that because is the driver for how you acquire, how you service customers eventually, but how you acquire clients in the first place. All right. And every day, as people running your business with this type of challenge, you need to ask yourself this question. If there was one improvement that you could make to your business, what would it be today? Money aside for now, budget aside. If there was one thing you could add, guys, to your business service that would improve it drastically today, what would it be? And finally, would you pay more than you charge people currently? So that's, I'm asking you as Aldo and you as Sophia, as the people who own the business. And for any other business owner listening out there, I'd like you to ask that question. Ask it to yourself. Why were you chosen? What's the number one thing you'd tell your friends about us? And what is the thing that could be improved today to make our service better? And would you pay more than the prices that you charge your clients? Ask yourselves that. Then I want you to flip it round and think to yourselves, once your customers are in categories, the ones you give the standard delivery to and the ones you give the extra services to, the PIPs, the permanently infatuated partners, if you asked your clients these questions, what sort of answers do you think you'll get? Because there's often, even good people trying to run good businesses, a massive difference between what you think you're delivering as a service and what you are actually delivering as a service. You can't help it.
Yeah.
You're
Of course.
you're so in the running day-to-day running of the business thinking that you're giving a good service, you never ask. There is absolutely no harm in whatever business you're in picking up the phone to the last 10 clients that came through your door or that you dealt with, Aldo, and asking them, saying something like, we're looking to grow the business, but before we do, we wanted to speak to our current customers about their customer experience. If you'd be kind enough just to take a couple of minutes to answer me these questions. Why did you choose us above everybody else? What would you tell your friends about us? What's the number one thing you'd say if you met them for dinner about our service? What's the one thing we could do to improve our service? And even ask them, would you pay more for our service? And that's a question that entrepreneurs are often scared to ask.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I get it. But once you've earned the right to ask that question, you'll be amazed at some of the answers that you'll get from your clients. So that last question, would you pay more for your services? I understand it's not easy, but you can have a bit of fun with that one. And I've asked on behalf of my clients, I've gone to 10 of their clients and I've asked this question. And more often than not, if the customer experience is right, clients, perhaps surprisingly to you guys, will say, yeah, I would pay more.
Interesting.
So that's a good way.
It is interesting.
Any people listening, or you guys in particular, as I've said, to summarize, split your clients up, standard delivery, which is still high, extra delivery, more potential. Ask yourself those 4 questions as the leader of the business, then get your last 5 or 10 clients. I could not recommend a more worthwhile exercise than you guys taking a half day out, picking up your phone to, even if you think you know them really well, ring those clients and ask them those questions. The value to you guys listening out there and to you two of that is absolutely immeasurable.
Just with categorizing between your sort of wow clients and your standard clients, how would you go about doing that?
That's a great question, I suppose. How long have you been running your business then?
Just over a year.
So would it be fair to say that you've got some regular clients?
Correct.
And let's say, for example, you've had 100 clients this year and you've got to know most of them. You'll know what treatments they've got, what treatments they're using. And should you and your staff be asking correctly, when a new customer walks through the door, you should always be asking them, How did you hear about us? Where did you get our names? So you'll know if your current clients, you'll know what treatments they have and how much they're worth to you as a business.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll also know, well, this year, Carol, who comes in to see us and has 5 treatments, she's told 15 other people to come in here. She's referred 15 other people to us. And the reason we know that is because everybody who walks through our door at our shop, we ask where they've heard about us. Then Carol automatically becomes an extra client, somebody that you go the extra mile. You may remember her birthday. You might consider offering her a free treatment because you know Carol's delivered for you. Does that make sense?
Yes.
That's how. And it actually, Aldo, the same in your business. No matter how differing they are, you need to know which customers have spoken about you the most, are in love with you the most, love what you do, and are recommending. So every time the phone rings at your business or every time someone walks through your door, please, before any of this that I've spoken to you about, make sure you ask, who told you about us?
It's a good one.
Then you know then you know which clients you need to get as those pips that I keep talking about.
No, good. Thank you.
Absolute pleasure. Thanks a lot for coming down.